Have you considered that personal information, personal identifiers like your name or where you live or where you're from could actually be impacting your ability to land an interview? My name is Shauna Cole, and this is Career Interrupted. We all know there is bias in the recruitment process, and as job seekers, this is something that we can totally try to manage. Hey, it's not going to be perfect, but I think the first step is to have an awareness that bias is happening and then come up with plans and the actions that we can actually take to control the possible outcomes. One of the things that we can do as job seekers to overcome bias in the process is to take away pieces of information that are on our resume that are actually like personal identifiers and really have no bearing on the job. Still, those factors could be impacting our ability to get the interview. So today I'm going to give you 3 really easy things that you can do to try to eliminate any sort of personal identifiers on your resume. We're coming at this and trying to make you like neutral as possible. As always, I want to say I don't think this is right or fair, but I am here to equip you with useful stuff that's going to help you in your job search. Stuff that's based in reality, not like some utopian state. Okay. So 3 things that you can do to start to eliminate personal identifiers from your resume today. Consider changing your name on your resume. Okay, I know, I can't even believe that I have to say this, but there's studies that would actually show that that folks with white North American names are much more likely to get an interview than someone who has an ethnic name, and to the tune of about 2 times more likely to get an interview, in fact. So have you considered changing your name on your resume to a more North American friendly name to fit in the job market that you're targeting? I don't think you should take this decision lightly. But consider the possibilities. Is it possible that you are getting screened out of the process on the basis of assumptions that a recruiter or a hiring manager is making from your name? Could that be possible? Consider changing your name if that feels okay to you. If it doesn't feel okay to you, absolutely don't do it. The way to change your name on your resume is to select a name or a nickname that's, traditionally white. Again, I'm so sorry that this is the reality, but studies show that folks with white names are 2 times more likely to get the interview. I'd even go so far as to resubmit my application for any job that I applied for under my legal given name, under my new nickname, and see what happens. So I did a whole video on the name change thing and some thoughts on it. So you can check that out. I will link it here. Work locations. So you might want to consider removing work locations from your resume. I've seen newcomers to Canada list all their great experience in oil and gas, for example. And underneath that great piece of work experience, they note that they're from Dubai or wherever. That piece of information is maybe not so relevant. We wouldn't see typically on a North American style resume me listing my work experience and work location underneath that, right? So why then do we have this sort of expectation of newcomers for them to disclose work locations on their resumes? I say don't do it at all. I think employers can make judgments about the locations that you are from and whether or not the skill set is the same in Canada or in the States as it is in the country that you are from. I think you're much better served to omit the work location on your resume and talk about differences in work once you land the interview. So eliminate any locations from your resume because I think that they could be opening you up to recruitment bias. Religious or other identifiers really don't have a place on your resume. So if you can, make sure you're not listing anything that would tell a potential employer what your religion is, as an example. Even if you volunteered at a youth group, and instead of saying, I volunteered at the youth group for Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, don't say that. Instead, just say, I volunteered at a youth group. I don't think we need to get into that detail because, again, we don't know what the thoughts, opinion, perspectives are of the person reviewing our resume or the potential hiring manager or whatever. We don't know what their thoughts or preferences are. And maybe they really disagree with your religion. That can work to serious disadvantage for you when it comes to the recruitment process. So I say just delete that information altogether. Leave only the stuff that's relevant from that experience on your resume, and it's certainly not going to be your religious affiliation. Okay, so these are 3 really simple and easy things that you can do to remove personal identifiers from your resume that can help you to protect yourself from recruitment bias. Not all these things feel great, particularly when it comes to your name, like changing your name. Does that feel weird for you? It might feel super weird. Don't do it if it does. But in any case, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with your name or wrong with your religion or wrong with where you worked. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is yours, your experience, and your identity. But what there is something wrong with is recruitment processes because they are opened up to all kinds of bias and opinions from recruiters and hiring managers just in their nature. So I hope today that I've equipped you with a few tactics that you can try to start to overcome some of those challenges if you are facing them. Check out some additional resources. I'm going to link to them in the description, and I hope that they're going to help you on your job search. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to make change work.